261 in the books. You have a new interim heavyweight champion. Give me your thoughts on the night, the main event. Did it go down the way you were expecting?
I'll tell you, I was a little bit surprised at the volume that these guys were active, and then I was also surprised by when there's that many punches thrown, usually somebody's going to get knocked out. And those guys are tough guys, big guys, tough guys, and they fought a great fight. And congratulations to the champ.
And I guess talk to me a little bit about what's going on with your promotion and the Russian fighters, right? I mean, you guys showed it at the Fedor press conference. You have a lot of top-tier fighters that have integrated here from Russia. You got light heavyweight champion. You now have an interim heavyweight champion. Is that really an area of the world that you guys have really targeted the talent pools recently, and is paying off?
You know, I'll tell you, it was something that when Fedor said to me, I have a team, I want to bring a team over, and then we started, signing fighters, developing it from different CIS territory countries, and then it just panned out that they just have a lot of amazing talent in that area, and I think you're seeing it here at Bellator.
Co-main event, Liz Carmouche with a very quick TKO, her first one since 2013. Do you think she's done enough to kind of sit in that #1 contender spot, fight the winner of Velasquez versus Quillos?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she's definitely earned it. I thought that was a spectacular knockout, and Watanabe is no joke. I mean, this girl, if she had a little more time and got Liz to the ground, it would have been a very interesting battle. But she did what she had to do. I thought it was spectacular, and to me, she should be in that spot. But I want to wait to see what the rankings come in at, and then we'll decide what we're going to do from there.
Hey, Scott, congratulations on another great night. Medowski just won the interim title. We talked about Ryan Bader next. Obviously, Bader's held up in the tournament. Could be a really long time. Is Medowski going to sit on the sidelines, or are you going to book someone else?
Yeah, we just talked about that for a second. We're going to meet tomorrow morning and talk about, what the next steps are. But, after breakfast tomorrow, I'll have an answer for you, because really, it depends if he wants to be active or what he wants to do. So, we definitely have enough events to where we can squeeze in another fight, and depends on what happens with Ryan Bader. You're right, he could be out another 6 months, maybe 7 months. I don't see it going past that, but he could be tied up into early next year.
You talked about today Fedor, you announced that he's going to be fighting in Russia. It was a big story. You didn't announce an opponent. Is there a couple that come to your mind that you want to leak out, that it's possibilities, that you might be leaning that way? Has Fedor requested anybody?
I'll tell you, there is a long laundry list here. People have raised their hands to come fight Fedor in Russia. So, I'm sure you guys know all the names that have been thrown out there. So, we're going to evaluate it, and then I'm going to talk to Fedor tomorrow morning and see what he's thinking. And I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, you guys pick it out, but I think that we should let him go home, think about it, talk to his coaches, because his coaches, his coach is not here. He's still in Holland, I think. So. It'll probably take us a week or two to figure this out, but after that, it's going to be game on.
Last question is actually a two-part question. Last weekend, Anderson Silva box looked really good. One, two-part question. One, what do you think of his performance? And two, I know you said in the past that you weren't interested in him. Does this change your mind? I didn't see the fight, but I heard that he looked really good, and Chavez Jr. is a professional boxer, but. Let me just wait judgment until I see it. But as far as him fighting, I'm not sure. Like he's already done it all, right? So if he wants to do super fights, in different areas like he's doing now, I think that's great. Could it work for us in the future in a super fight? Maybe, but that has not been discussed. You'll have a guy in Russia looking for an opponent.
Believe me, there's no shortage of opponents in Russia right now, and listen, the managers of all the free agents are calling. Josh Burnett was texting me today, and I talked to JDS's manager a couple of days ago, Alistair Overy. I mean, this, list goes on and on and on.
Two goats going at it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of goats that might be a possibility in this matchup. But listen, we'll figure it out in the near future. But there is, like I said, a long list of people that have their hands raised to come fight. To be the greatest heavyweight of all time.
Had to try.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if I was those guys, I'd be raising my hand too.
Hey Scott, a great Bellator 261. Some had quick finishes, some had some great grappling. But coming into Fight Week, there are a lot of changes going on between the fighters and their opponents. How was it, managing that and making sure that you had a successful card?
You know what? It just seems like that's an ongoing challenge every week, and sometimes it works out. Like this time, we put the fight together, but sometimes it doesn't work out, and we send a lot of people home. And I think we had 2 fights on the undercard that fell through over the last 2 weeks. One was a pre-test that they fought the pre-test, and that's just part of the protocol that we are bound to, which is I think the correct way to do it. And it's just a week by week case. So to me, I think there's light at the end of the tunnel with the COVID situation here, at least here in the United States. In California, one of the strict guidelines of the strictest guidelines of any county is the county that I live in, and it's wide open now. Gyms are all open, restaurants are open, movies are open, the malls. I mean, everything is like it was almost pre-COVID, except for some people wear masks, some people don't. But everything is open, so it's a great feeling. And going into Los Angeles, to have a full crowd and have an open arena like that, it's just going to feel great. And I said LA is going to be a big night for us, and it's going to be the relaunch of Bellator since COVID started.
One final question for me. Like you said, you've been here at the Mohegan Sun since you restarted. How could you recap that journey so far?
Wow, you know what? Honestly, the Mohegan Sun has been great to us, been great partners. And it's been like a private sound stage for us, and we did all those great fights. When I look back at some of the fights we put together here in this bubble, it's quite amazing. And I have to give my staff a lot of credit and give the Viacom protocol piece of it was the right way to do it, and we stuck to our guns, and we took about 3 months off when it initially hit, and then starting July of 2020, we started doing these fights and creating content, keep all the fighters busy, making content for CBS Sports Network and now Showtime. It's been a blessing to keep this thing going.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a couple more questions here. Giancarlo?
Hi, Scott. Great event tonight. You just touched on it earlier about the uncertainty of COVID, the pandemic situation in other states. With the card you're having in Moscow, are you looking at maybe other countries, depending on what their situation is, hold events, or are you going to be focusing on more the United States market towards the end of this year?
Well, I mean, I'd say 80% of our fights are scheduled to be here in the U.S., and we will come back here, just like we're coming back for the Gegard Mousasi fight against John Salter on the 13th of August. But as soon as we can, start traveling to the territories that I felt that we have, really grown a nice piece of business, we want to get back there. And we have a lot of fighters in Europe that have been coming here, but we also want to go there and have them fight in their hometown. So, to me, I'd like to continue the international growth of Bellator, and Moscow is a big statement. I mean, to me, I honestly feel like that's something that I've wanted to do for the last 10 years since I've started working with Fedor, right? Is to go to Moscow and throw a fight. And Fedor always invites me, and I never, we couldn't work out the timing. I haven't been there. But to go there and bring Bellator there in their inaugural event and have Fedor leading us into Moscow is a special treat.
Michael?
Scott, congratulations on a great event. Following up a little bit on what Giancarlo asked, is Bellator, to be more specific, targeting either Mexico, Puerto Rico, or anything, or any Latin American countries to host an event in the future or in the near future?
I don't think it's going to happen this year. I believe if COVID did not hit, we would already be in Latin America, especially Brazil, because that was definitely on the map. But right now we're focusing on 80% of our business here in the U.S. and we have Moscow, and as Europe opens up, we'll go there. But next year, I think the sky's the limit, and we do have a lot of plans that we're laying out right now for 22 and 23, 24, and even 25. So a lot of good events in the future, and international expansion into areas that we haven't gone, that the company has identified which countries are important to them, and that's where we're going to go.
Last one, Jay.
Hey Scott, congratulations on the event tonight. And just continuing on with that international theme, with the move to Showtime, one of the things we saw is that Canadian viewers no longer had access to Bellator outside the YouTube channel. Just wondering if there's an update on the broadcast situation up here.
Yeah, you know what? That was something that we're trying to work out so the fans can tune back in. But I believe, like you said, it is available on YouTube, right, in Canada?
Definitely is.
Yeah, so we wanted to make sure that the Canadian fans still had access to it. But as far as the linear television broadcast opportunity, we're talking to a few broadcasters right now, and that might take some time, but hopefully we'll have it pieced together pretty soon.
All right, thanks for the time, Scott. Appreciate it.
Thank you.